Hi, Harley here again. Sorry about that. Bringing you another video on our lovely set of event ships. I've obviously covered the previous 4 event ships, and now I'm looking at the current one we have just seen, the USS Discovery. Now, when the Discovery first came out, everyone looked at it and thought, my oh my, what is Scopely doing? We've got another small ship, very weak, and all it does is harvest mycelium. What the? No decent officers, no nothing with it. Come on. This can't be this. And everyone obviously was a bit upset, and rightfully so. I mean, on the face of it, when the ship first came out, it looked like a useless rubbish ship. I mean, pretty much at that time, probably the worst actual event ship that we've had thus far. Yeah. So in the end, obviously, we went through certain things, and all of a sudden, this ship actually got good and got useful. So here it is. Here's mine. It's a little tier 5. Working through it, not bad. And overall, it now has some very good uses in the game, and also as its use within the events that we go along and do. So I've got some parts to upgrade still to get it to tier 6, all well and good. The main part of the heaviest cost on the spore drive components is the warp drive. At the moment, I've got it up to warp 54. Now, with research, when it first came out, it had a very limited warp range. In fact, you'd have to add Cadet Scotty to even get anywhere to either mine or harvest, and then also blow up the hostiles in these systems, depending on the event requirement. But now we've got officers that work with it. Now, a lot of the USS Discovery officers are PvP based, so they're very good for combat. That's good for that, and that's a nice improvement. But as a whole, yeah, initially we just went off and went to a mycelium system. We could do a nice little jump to it, yay! And go and harvest some mycelium at 800 a node. And roughly for me, it took about a minute, just over a minute to clear this 800 quantity. Yeah, but that was it. And this obviously got a bit of a, rightfully so for the initial outset, a bit of a flack for being such a rubbish or useless ship. Now, obviously, then it went along and it developed. We actually got some research for it, and this research allowed us to take this ship far away, increasing the warp range of the ship depending on your level. Now, here I'm going to go and jump it off at this system way out in Romulan space. And what I can do now that I've actually done the research is I can summon ships, which is a very good ability. Now, this ability allows you, here's me with my Real, to warp 6, so it's not even going to get to the system of 54, which is, yeah. But with the spore summoning research, I can now go along and summon my ship there. And with Officer Stamets as captain and Culber as at least one of them on the side, I can get anywhere up to 51% cost reduction outing. So here it is. My little Rialta in a warp 54 system with these huge Romulan ships going around. Yeah, not going to try that. So yeah, now we had the situation where we could bring this Discovery in. We've got research to increase the impulse speed so you could nip around the systems quicker, and obviously reduce the summoning efficiency, which is also a good bonus. Adding to that the ability of Stamets and Culber together, you can actually reduce this cost. And obviously with another officer from Discovery on the third seat, in this case I've got Saru to give me full synergy. Obviously that reduces the cost again. Now if you're going to use Cadet Scotty to get the warp range, then you're going to obviously lose out on the efficiency cost reduction. But it's a small point, it's only 3%. But still, it's something to consider if you want it. Now here you see I can't call my Warp 6 Rialta back because it's just too far for it to travel. So the only option I've got to do is go and blow up a ship. Now this is also maybe useful for mining later on. It may not be. I wanted to do another video about that to look at the numbers on it all. So yeah, it's something to go through. Now, all in all, this Discovery ship is quite expensive to upgrade. I did initially a video about it covering all the points of the actual costs. Look lovely, my router's back home, all good. But here we have the cost of 1 to 3, and then 4 to 6, and obviously then 7 to 9. And the main point you're looking at, obviously, at the top is the spore drive components costs. These are huge amounts of cost. The material is not so bad, but the titanium is also huge. 1.5 nearly billion titanium rare costs. Obviously takes the research of that to bring it down, but still, there's a huge amount. And obviously, the spore drive is also a huge amount of time to get, because it'll take you a bit of time to get them. Now, we do have a possibility for that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so total cost 48,000 spore drives and 1 point. yeah, too much trit. So anyway, we get frequently now this event popping up, which allows us to get components and obviously mycelium. Now, where do you use the components? You go into your refinery, go to your Discovery tab, and here you actually see then the Discovery refinery tokens, which you get from the event, which you can use for mine accommodations, which you can then use to get officer badges. You get speed ups, also good. Discovery recruit tokens, so the recruit officers you can get, and obviously spore drive components, very important to upgrade your USS Discovery, because without it, obviously, it doesn't go further. Maybe you also need it for a bit of PvP events, but anyway. So yeah, when we go to the factions, you see at the top of the minor commendations, and I can then go down here. So for free-to-play players, is a big plus. Get officer badges and upgrade and recruit my officers, which I've had sitting around for ages. So here's an opportunity to do that, and that's a big advantage now for this game, and a big use of this ship. So I would actually look to people, especially with the free-to-play, to maybe using the ship frequently in the events to get it. But anyway, let's have a look again back at Stamets, Paul Stamets. See, his base is 20 as a captain with 3 and 3 with the best synergy. And Q Culber's complementing him with his officer's ability, adding 25, so obviously then 51% in total. Now, where do you go and actually do all this lovely research? Well, you actually get into the research tree, into the galaxy part. Go along to about 2/3 of it along, and you see the cultivated mycelium efficiency cost. So you've got to do all this to get all down to 50% reduction. You've also got to do the impulse speed, which is just then only 3 parts to get it up to 20%, 20 extra impulse speed, not percent, sorry, which allows you then to do the discovery summoning research. And then that allows you to summon any ship to your location of your discovery. Now here is where the warp range gets increased. And at the moment you see I'm limited by the R&D building that I'm on. I'm not at 41 yet. But as you see at the end, I can go up to 145. And being above Ops 41, you get then the opportunity of doing warp range also. Lacar's actually has made a spreadsheet for this where you can punch in your numbers and work out how much your summoning costs are. So I want to be using this again in the future for another one video. But anyway, all in all, looks good. I'm happy. Hope you are. Thanks for watching. Keep well, keep safe, and I'll see you in the next one.